Hi, there are many things in life that many of us find to be confusing. Ever since we were born and we would grow into comprehending things for what they were defined for, such as we're taught to not be angry, violent, aggressive, because those things are wrong. And many of us were taught that because it's not most uncivil to resolve your differences that way. And then we turn around and find out that there were 60 million major world wars and domestic wars. Like there was Holy Crusade wars. There was the Iraqi war, there was the Civil War, there was the Iraqi war, there was the Vietnam conflict, there was World War I, World War II, and many other skirmishes, which brought about a total loss of millions of lives. So that is one major thing that we would find confusing here in life or existence. Another thing is that many of us certainly find to be confusing would be the two types of wrongs or the two types of bads. I know, example time. Like for instance, when you have a child, you teach your child what is wrong, what is bad, and you might spank the child's hand. Like you might catch your child trying to drink your alcohol, and then you say, no, that's wrong, that's bad, you don't do that. But the parents do it, and that's confusing. Or you might see your child trying to sneak and smoke a cigarette. Then you might be like, hey, don't do that, that's wrong, that's bad. But the parents do it. You might tell your child, look, don't go hang out at nightclubs, don't go to wild parties and things like that. But they would see you, the parent, all tipsy and joyous when y'all came home from one of them nightclubs, but all that drinking and dancing goes on. And I know that ain't a serious case of wrong or bad with them nightclubs, but you get the picture of what I'm trying to get at. It's like it's two established types of wrongs, it's two established types of bad, and then it's to say it's criminal bad, criminal wrong, and then it's non-criminal bad and non-criminal wrong. For instance, you can drink a lot of liquor, you can smoke a lot of weed. You would tell your kids it's bad and wrong, but it's not necessarily criminal wrong or criminal bad. But we know you'll tell them, hey, don't go out there and rob, steal, and kill and be destructive and abusive, because that's criminally wrong and bad. But the reason why things happen is because many can't distinguish between the two types of wrongs and the two types of bads. It's as simple as that. Cause they like, wait a minute, they telling me that don't do this, do that, don't do this or don't do that because it's wrong, it's bad. But I see them doing all this stuff that's wrong and bad. Now I'm gonna get down into a serious social issue. And this is a serious thing. It's like something real personal. I know it's the woman's decision to have an abortion. And some might look at that as being wrong and bad, but not necessarily criminally wrong or criminally bad. But when people see that and just say it's two sides to everything, like a coin, and it's two perspective viewpoints. So if people see that and they have a problem with it, they would say, well, some types of killings or murders are accepted, but some types of killings and murders aren't. So I'm going to go out and do whatever I want. But I'm not saying that a woman doesn't have the right to do what she wants with her body, because it's her choice. But I'm just giving y'all an example, or a variety example of types, or two types of wrongs and two types of bads. And it's as simple as that. And another type of wrong and bad, or another type of two wrongs or two bads, is when you beat your kids, when you give them very bad whoopings. I know it's a part of their conditioning so that they would know what is right and what is wrong, or to say you condition them to not do the criminally bad or the criminally wrong, or in some cases, or a lot of cases, the wrong and bads that the parent, does or did. But that is certainly abuse if they get very bad whoopings and beatings, because that's not the only way to resolve an unfortunate situation. You know, you can always ground your child. You can take away privileges. You can take away dessert from the meal. You can take away playtime. You can take away toys. So, but that is a type of abuse that has always been accepted. But domestic abuse, we know that's wrong and that ain't accepted. But a lot of times when the kids are being beaten, and I said this before, if the kids are being beaten and the parent still says that they love them and they believe they love them, then that is psychological. So when a woman is being abused repeatedly, then she's going to tell herself, hey, he still loves me because, hey, I got whoopings and my parents still love me and I believe they love me. So there is no difference between, or little difference between him disciplining me and them disciplining me. But the truth is it's a big difference, because you are an adult and it is wrong. And once you reach an adult age, then you take full responsibility for your actions and you are answerable for your actions, and no one can judge you for your actions, especially if they're not your parents. And in some cases, your parents aren't supposed to judge you that harshly in abuse with regard to abuse when you are an adult. So I don't feel that no one else has that right to be abusive or judgmental that way. Well, I just wanted to give some examples of a variety of things regarding two types of wrongs or two types of bads. And thanks for tuning in.